Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mike the Ref Twitch stream AEW Sidecast edition for a lovely, frigid January 10th, 2023. How the heck are y'all doing here tonight? Hope everything's going well for you. And, yeah, it's a frigid one up here. I think we've, what is it right now? It's about I'd say about minus, if I convert it over, we're looking at about minus 10 Fahrenheit. So, hey, Astrid, how you doing here tonight? Hope everything went well with the NXT. Like yesterday, I literally fell asleep early yesterday, so I only got to catch a few minutes of the show with you and Ed. Was going to be doing some recording last night, and I got to do it tonight after I'm done here. So, but yeah, life is going good. Went to go start my vehicle once. That's all I ended up doing today. So, yeah, that show was definitely a roller coaster. And hell, the wrestling landscape has been pretty much a roller coaster the last 24 hours here. And a lot of people are... You can see a lot of virtual signaling online here right now. And probably one of the smartest moves that TK has done in a while. He actually, I don't want to say go after Jinder, but he compared Jinder Mahal to Hook in terms of quality of challenger for the main champion of a show. And first of all, like what you like. I like everything. I love sitting back and watching Dynamite every week because it's a different vibe, a different feel, a different look than what we're used to for wrestling for the last 30 years. That's why I love AEW as much as I do. I'm not opposed to WWE. Let's put it this way. Raw and SmackDown aren't exactly sit-down TV for me right now. I will watch clips as we go along, and if there's anything good to watch. The way it broke down, it wasn't really complaints about Hook challenging Samoa Joe. It was more the effect of all this virtual signaling that we're getting for a guy like Hook. There were complaints on... Sorry, I guess I got to double back on myself here. There were a few people complaining about Hook getting a title shot just because he's so new to the business and whatnot and all that. But then there was absolutely nothing going on about Jinder getting a title shot next week. And that's where Tony Khan started to fire off. He's like, yeah, this company gets a guy who hasn't won a match on TV in a year, which is true, and giving him a title shot while we have a guy that's been on a championship reign for almost a year now. And you guys are complaining about that when he tries to go up for a bigger title. And everybody starts piling in and whatnot. And the more exposure that they're getting, yeah, basically he was saying that Jinder was not getting hindered. When we all know the smart thing is not to hinder Jinder. That's basically where TK's main complaint came from it. And then it just started piling into 15 other things. And the tribal lists from each side started coming out. People that got scorned from one side or the other keep coming out. Corey Graves, Dax Harwood, Eric Bischoff. All over the place. No matter what, Hook and Jinder will get hindered. Well, that's exactly it. Like, let's face it, neither one of these guys in their programs is going to win. And yeah, it was funny to see the back and forth. And here's the smart thing. When you're number 2 and you get number 1 to talk about you, that's a win no matter which way you do it. Like, that's obviously a win for AEW here. The fact that they got USA Network talking about them. They got WWE in general talking about them. And usually when TK gets put into a corner like this and starts firing shots off, it usually means that it usually means that Dynamites are pretty special. And tonight we are getting a pretty special card. Once again, not one including a lot of the WWE talent for the most part. And I have to correct myself last week. Moxley and Danielson were both in Japan for Wrestle Kingdom, not just Danielson himself, but it's also great to see here. Like I got the card in my hand here, and I would have to say right now, once again, Copeland's on the card tonight. We got Castagnoli's on the card tonight. And then, of course, Sting's in the main event here tonight. Unfortunately, Ric Flair is going to be there too, which I'll just allow me. I'll just save you the trouble. But yeah, we're going to get some very good matches. And we got 8 different women on the card tonight. Granted, it's one match, but we got 8 women on the card tonight. Thunder Rosa, Statlander, Willow, and Anna Jay, who they're doing a Brodie Lee tribute, so they're going to put Jay as a face here, taking on Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Saraya, and Ruby Soho, which realistically, if you're going through things right now and the way that the current timelines are working, you'd probably have Ruby Soho and Anna Jay reversed here. Depending which way you want to go with that, but the most I've seen, I'm glad it's happening. They've been doing different time slots. Yeah. Now that they're mixing things up, changing the time slots, moving things around, and I got a feeling that TK really wants to make a concerted effort to make that women's division better. And it's like I said before, they're trying to, they're being put in a position here where they have to actually they're being forced to put women in a better position here because the talent's demanding it, right? Wonder if somebody shows up after the women's match. I'll be honest, I don't think so tonight. I don't see any indication. There is a rumor that somebody else is there tonight, so I would almost say he wants to do one debut a night. There is a person that might be coming out, if I had to guess, probably to call out. I would love to see him call out Samoa Joe. It would be a hell of a match. I don't know if I might spoil it a little bit here, but I'll save it for you guys because I don't know if you guys have heard the Fightful Select reports here or whatnot. It's a pretty good shot here if it is the case. So I'm actually really happy about that. Yeah, other than that, just looking over this card here, your main event, you got Takeshita and Hobbs against Darby and Sting, or Starby, as I was about to say there. I think that's more of a presser main event more than anything else. I think we're going to get some more main event Do you think Jericho shows up? He might show up in the Ricky and Sammy match that comes in tonight, but in many ways, I think they might keep Jericho off TV for a little bit. Just as much as he's been cleared from pretty much everything that was said on the pay-per-view day, where basically the fans ended up hijacking that 8-man tag because of it. I think they're probably going to keep him off the TV screens just for that reason, just to keep the heat down. And, we want to make this a good night about Brodie. We don't want to make this an overly superficial night on other stuff here. So we got Claudio versus Hangman. That was set up on Saturday on Collision. Excited for Hard to Kill? Yeah. Odds are, the way things are going, I might move my Saturday stream to Sunday because I want to watch that show. I don't know if I want to do a live watch along to it. Would you guys be interested if I did? Because I do plan on watching it. I know that TNA is more up Astrid's alley more than it is mine. So I don't want to get in her way in case anything that OLE or anybody wants to do anything about it. So But yeah, we're getting 2 8-man tags tonight. Sorry, 1 8-man, 1 8-woman. 2 singles, a tag. And we're going to hear from Samoa Joe. So this is going to be a fun night. Doing a hard to kill post show being it's in the new era. Hey, that's actually really smart to do. Because I got a feeling they're going to have a couple big signings coming up. It is really fun to see this here. That it's a smaller venue, it's a more intimate venue, and it's a packed venue. And I appreciate how they, since they don't have the Tron available to go behind the wrestlers, at least they could do it on the side like this. This is a pretty cool setup, if you ask me. Samoa Joe, please pick up the white courtesy phone. It's the Devil on line 1. I don't think there's going to be much interaction between the Devil and Joe here for a little while. I honestly feel that Wardlow feud that they're talking about ain't going to happen with Joe. It's going to happen with Swerve. Or even worse, Ospreay. I've already stated that my lineage for this title right now is Joe till Double or Nothing. Strickland wins it there. Then the main event of London is Ospreay versus Swerve for the title. And that's where they pass it off. And Vic, HPC Bad Guys, good to see you here tonight. How are you today? Everybody just filing in here, getting ready for the big shoe. Hangman ain't waiting for the big shoe. He's just getting started on it, so. Hey, Vic, you guys running after the show tonight? I know last week you guys were up, but I wasn't sure if you were up, gonna be back up tonight. I do love how they could just fix wherever. You going Thursday? Okay. Yeah, I think they're going to be doing a best of TNA on Thursday on Fight for getting ready for the pay-per-view on Saturday. I honestly thought it was Friday. So I was going to unfortunately miss it, but since it's on Saturday, I believe I'll get a chance to watch it, so. Well, that was an interesting reverse for a clothesline there. Yeah, we're gonna get some weird. We're gonna get some weird camera angles for tonight, just because you're not gonna see a big crowd behind them. Just because it is an open air. Oh, Claudio, come on. What's with the cheating here? Guy Keys officially a homeowner, just waiting a few weeks till I get furniture applied. Nice. Congratulations. Give you the old wind chime there from the old WrestleFest game. Yeah, just saw the Wonder Revolution if we get Joe versus Hangman. We're gonna get. Let's have tonight play out, because I got a feeling we might have a special surprise come in and sort of fix that up for us here. Somebody in the somebody getting the Jinder Mahal push, as we call it. Somebody who has been around for a year, get a title shot. Would have loved to go to this Dynamite, but I work tomorrow. It wouldn't have worked out. Yeah, it makes sense, you know. Don't have enough time. Got to be careful to balance work with your favorite hobbies and whatnot. So, but once again, Astrid, congratulations on getting your credentials to go to the Rumble. You're gonna have a blast there as part of the media group there. Trying to go tonight, but yeah, this is. I also think going to Jacksonville for these guys is probably a move for that as well. Just because a lot of people don't have money at this time. Like Blue Monday's coming up in 4 days? Waiting for Hangman to do the buckshot and Claudio hit him with an uppercut. It wouldn't surprise me if they ended up with a double finish like that too with that. Been to an AEW show yet? Save my time off for the Rumble. Hey. And Zodiac, hi to you too. My bad. I didn't say hello as you came in. I apologize. But yeah, this is that time of year where a lot of people don't have a lot of money, and it's just facts. It's why I almost feel bad about having my my goal for this month as a subscription goal. Usually I do a follower goal in January. It just carried over from some of the bonuses we were doing, so. But I am working towards getting that new prompter so I can do more YouTube videos here, so. Zodiac, thank you for the contribution. So I don't know how this works with this contribution thing for these channel points. If the goal doesn't get met, if it stays there, I don't know if it just stays there or if the points just given back. If they're given back, I will restart it with a smaller target for us. So my issue is the time off too close to the Rumble that I had planned out before. Yeah. Oh, no, I get that, Ashton. I appreciate the fact that you do have the ability to go if you had the time. You guys noticing a little bit extra aggression here on behalf of Hangman at this point? Because it almost feels like that's what's going on here right now. But he still has time for his beer, as always. But I'm really wondering what the number's going to be tonight for viewership. Like, I don't take a lot of precedence in it, but I want to see what all these, this fight with Jinder Mahal, what it's going to create. My God, Claudio. Oh, Jesus, I forgot the ramp was there. If that ramp wasn't there, like, seriously. That's like some WWE All-Star stuff going on there. Or for you youngins, WWE 2K Battlegrounds. As we hit the picture here, got to get the mute up. Wow. But yeah, like with everything going on with AEW right now, between the drama, coming back home for a tribute to Brodie Lee episode here essentially tonight. That they said they're doing 2 matches to honor Brodie Lee where 2 notorious heels are going to be faces as part of an 8-man tag. Like, it's weird. We got Preston Vance coming in on the men's match for the 8-man tag, and then you have Anna Jay coming in as a face on the women's side for that 8-man tag. I think it's more... It's a weird setup. I'll just leave it at that here. It's like they almost think they're going to cheer him no matter what kind of thing. So. And Claudio almost blows out both of his ankles there. So, question for you, chat. Which match tonight are you looking forward to the most? Is it this one that we're already getting? Is it the tag match for the main event? Is it one of the 8-man tags, or is it going to be Starks and Guevara? I'd have to say one thing about AEW now in these last few weeks, there hasn't been that star power person to really set themselves apart from anybody else, but every match on the card seems to have something very interesting on it. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Gates of Agony and Lance Archer work together. Makes you wonder if Dustin Rhodes is going to walk in with his ankle all taped up as we go along here. All right, as we're getting back from commercial break here. Let's see here. Get that mute off. I'm just surprised Remsburg hasn't had to put on the gloves yet. Nobody's bled yet in this first match in. Probably the one person that's disappointed the most that now that Mox and Danielson are over in Japan for a little bit is the guy who sells the gloves to AEW. So what are they going to do now? I will say this, they'll be able to run back to the ring here. Nice shot to the face here. Oh, here we go. Sled Stupid's coming. Yeah, clothesline into the ring. Now setting up for the buckshot. Well, Astrid, you got what you wanted. Except that uppercut isn't exactly timed perfectly, so. Why is... All right, Claudio's just trying to... My show is a bit behind. I'll try and sync you up from where I am right now. One thing I have been finding is TSN has got one of the earliest ones. Oh. Hoping he wouldn't stop beforehand, but close enough. Hey, you know what? He's always got to do that lift up for the uppercut, right? Because it's supposed to give that extra little effect to it. Jesus, Claudio. Nice reversal. Looks a little awkward, but Doc Samson sitting in the corner just gritting his teeth on some of this stuff. find it interesting he's not sitting. Oh. Just a random standing moonsault off the stage. I guess that's where we'll get our first one tonight. Just because I wanted to save a little bit more for Guevara and Starks, but I honestly don't know how crazy that match is going to be as we go along here. And Claudio just randomly picking up Page wherever he does anything. It's sort of like a... Okay. Thought maybe we'd be using that as a new finisher here. These fans are just shivering right now. But yeah, it's been a great month here for AEW. The fact that they get to show off their basically some of their other talents that haven't been able to get a lot of spotlight solely. Like hell, last year we had Big Bill and Brian Cage basically make themselves just because of that tournament they had to where Cole and MJF won the ROH tag titles. I honestly feel that saved both their careers, that whole tournament there. So nights like this could be a way to, show a lot more about what's going on with the still not used to Hangman with a mustache. Hey, people adding facial hair because they're extra angry, I guess. Yeah, and I got a feeling there might be a possibility my stream might be moving up a little bit in time-wise too, because Twitch has opened up a new beta now for you to be able to send the different resolutions, basically. Oh, Jesus. Very nice. Oh, they're going to make a fish with a buckshot. I guarantee it here. But, no, Twitch has sent out a new... Essentially, the best way to explain it is, rather than them having to do the work and spread out the video amongst the different resolutions, I'll have the ability to do it off my computer and then send it all out at the same time. So there's even less latency from when I'm actually talking to when you guys see me here. So right now, there's about 5 to 10 seconds difference. With YouTube, that's usually about 30 to 60 seconds. And honestly, it's one of the main reasons why I'm here. Uh-oh. The hell is this? No way. My God, that was nice. There it is. At least it took two. At least it took two. Never know the difference? Biggest difference you'll notice, and when that happens, is like if we're able to get a video that's synced up to the same time, you'll be able to talk to me a lot more consistently with where the video is. Like dealing with a national broadcast like this, it is going to be a little bit off, but yeah, I love the fact that he had to use two because he knew that one wouldn't do it. It's good storytelling, good progression, and good finish here. And it really protects Claudio, who honestly doesn't really need a lot of protection, but he is starting to get to the point where he's sorry, they're just showing the Brodie Lee highlights. It's tough. It is truly tough. That guy was just such a great wrestler and a great person. Like, you hear all the great stories behind John Huber, and yeah. And it's really funny that they're gonna make you cry that early. Yeah, I would say that a lot of amazing things came down during that time, and the fact that it's so apropos that the dog collar match between Cody and Brodie was the last match that he ever had in AEW. Unfortunately, he ended up being in a position sort of like what Kenny Omega was in. He was working hurt, but nobody really realized how hurt he was. And that's the part that frustrates all of us that much more here these days. Like, I don't know about you guys. You guys can tell me your favorite Brodie Lee moment, whether it be Brodie Lee, Luke Harper, which not. Feel free to throw your favorite moments in the chat. And for me personally, I would almost have to feel it's the debut. Just for the fact that the Dark Order was okay. The Dark Order was showing up. The Dark Order was doing a lot of stuff. And Brodie Lee sort of took them and legitimized them to a whole different level here. Where they're a lot higher than what they were, and gave them some more, lack of anything else, credibility more than anything. Forgot that Dynamite was around during COVID. Yeah, like, I'm, as much as we talk about the dark years of both WWE, AEW, TNA, ROH, all the time that they had to spend during COVID and all the different things they did basically to stick around, you gotta give the credit to them for the work that they did and just the sheer effort that they put in. Like, there were a few crappy things that happened, and let's face it, we're probably walking into a situation where a wrestler's going to be walking away from a promotion because he did all his work in the pandemic and just isn't liking how the booking changes, where he doesn't get anything around when fans are around, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's Drew McIntyre / Drew Holloway. Or Galloway, sorry. I honestly believe once his contract's done, he's out of WWE. Because they got him booked decently right now, but it's almost like squeezing the best lemons out and trying to get the sweetest taste out of him before that all runs dry, because it's amazing to watch right now what's going on in the Fed with Punk and how they're making everything feel real. Like, and it also shows what how WWE is so good at taking a bad situation, turning it into a good one. Went to a lot of Dynamites during COVID. It was a nice escape. Yeah, like, in the States, you guys had a lot more availability to be able to do that. And good on you guys. Like, we were a little more tight here in terms of regulations. I know RCW tried to run a few shows as we went along. But for the most part, we didn't get anything. AEW is still on my list to attend the show. Yeah, I've been to one. And that's the one time they were here in Edmonton. When am I coming to the States? It's going to be a while, my friend. I still haven't got my passport yet. That's basically, I think when I get my tax money back, I think that's the one thing I will do this year. Last couple of years, I've been saying maybe, whatnot, but I'm starting to get to the point where I need to get out a little bit more. Like hell, last year, I think the number of days that I went out and did anything, like outside of groceries or whatever, oh, so they're showing him, okay. They're trying to present him as a face and it ain't working. I'm sure they'll get the sentimental pop eventually here. Ah, nice. Got the tape job there, but no, I think this year we're going to have to work on getting out a little bit more. Like last year I could count maybe on hands and toes the number of nights I actually went out. Period. I was here with you guys the whole time, and I appreciate that. I love hanging out with everybody here, whether we're doing it on wrestling streams or gaming streams. But yeah, I think it's time to explore the world a little bit more. I'm a little disappointed Dustin's not nursing that ankle after what happened with... Oh, and here comes Copeland. Check it with a bad guy. Oh, absolutely. I will definitely make sure I meet up with you guys when I get down there. Like, nice little addition to the pyro there. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that. The John Huber shirt that they were initially going to raise money for the family. That's pretty awesome to have that there like that. But if any of you are going to Philly for Mania, make sure you hit up HBC Bad Guys while you're there. Because I'm sort of snickering after last week's show, honestly, Vic. After I mentioned that they might not do Rock Roman at Mania, that they may do it at Elimination Chamber down in Australia. And the fact that... oh, they got Roberts out tonight. Cool. The fact that everything was... things were getting a little bit... how do I put this politely? A little bit pissy when I mentioned that. People were getting angry. I was just like, oh, where's my salt? I think I got to put some more on this here. I love that Jake's getting the pop here tonight. We haven't seen him in months. And instead of taking the other stairs, Roberts takes the stairs down to the Faces corner. That's great. Toss the salt. Hey, I need to find... oh. That's how I sprinkle my salt there. So we'll call it that way. And that could be a euphemism. You guys can take whatever which way you want there, but... And once again, Zodiac, as you pointed it out, and the fact that he was made famous on the old X machine, I will not call it what he wants me to call it, but Shout out to the gear of Brian Cage in the shades of Streets of Rage, which ended up finishing third. We'll have our preferences and call our shots. We have to watch at the end anyways. Yeah, like, here's the thing, like, shout out to Brian Cage for liking your Z. Exactly. And Copeland's just murdering the just murdering everybody in the ring there right now. But yeah, when it comes to this, like, it's hard to differentiate what makes storyline sense and what makes business sense. And it seems like that's almost becoming more of a, like, seriously, that neck is so huge. Nice stunner. So they tag both of them in? Oh, Jesus. That's how you change the tide of a match. All right, a little picture again here. So I hate picture for an 8-man tag, because then there's a bunch of selling and a bunch of not goings on going on right now. Unless it's Orange Cassidy pinning Kip Sabian during the picture. Which, knowing what we know now, I almost feel like it was a mistake that it happened. But I was almost happy to see it happen like that. Gives people a reason to watch the commercials. But yeah, in terms of what we're watching here and like what's coming up on the schedule, here's the thing, and this is probably the most important thing of all. Oh my God, I love this move. Every powerhouse takes the guy and just starts bouncing him on a suplex. Are they going to do it a third time? Yep. My God, this is amazing. Please do it a fourth time. Archer wants in for it. And Cage is pissed. Or no. Cage took over and Archer's pissed. And Archer's like, why didn't you let me do that? I want to do it too. But yeah, when it comes to wrestling, all the wrestling's good now. Like, I don't care if you're talking about Impact, you're talking about, TNA. Let me correct myself. You got TNA coming in. You got MLW's doing a great job too. New Japan, from what I heard, was a bunch of solid matches. Everybody dies. Spoiler alert. I think we all know who's getting the cover on this, and I wonder who's going to eat the cover. That's the only thing I'm wondering. Because I don't think Archer's going to eat a cover anytime soon. But no matter what you're watching, whether it be WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan, anything you can get on TV, even the indies right now, everybody's stepping up their game. Like, it's going to be interesting. I got box seats for a wrestling show coming up during a hockey game here in Edmonton, coming up in a week and a half. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, back from picture in picture now. All right, somebody's letting Adam Dunn here. Look. Never been to a hockey games are fun. Like, it depends on what caliber teams you got. Like, what this is going to be is junior hockey, so it's like U21. Some of the best U21 hockey in Western Canada. And in between periods, they're actually going to have a ring set up on a stage on the side, and they're going to have matches in between. Want to check out a Devils game? The only thing I can say about the Devils right now, great potential, lots of scoring. Their defense is offensive in more ways than one. Their goaltending's about as useful as that's funny. That's funny. The heel manager gets cheered for beating up the face manager. The Rangers are the top team in the league right now. Well, now they're the third top team in the league. There's two teams in Canada that for the first time has been there. So, as useful. No, I think Goldberg was more useful as a goalie. Like, there's at times where I think a shooter tutor might even be used. One of those paper ones you stick on the net. So even if you hit it too hard, it goes through them. But yeah, the Rangers are a top team in the league. The Islanders are peppy, but they need some work. The Devils made the playoffs last year. They just can't get goaltending to save their life this season. And no, where I'll be is the Edmonton Oil Kings is the team. It's a junior team here in the Western Hockey League. Then Love Pro Wrestling's running in between intermissions. They got 3 matches scheduled, which will be great matches, but I'm not getting into the politics of them because for me, the politics just look horrible. But sometimes you just want to forget about politics and just watch good wrestling. Sounds like a great night. Yeah, and the best part is as Dustin's going flying across the ring. My boss at my shoot job has box seats for it, so that's what we're getting. So you get the free meal and the free non-alcoholic drinks. Who's eating a spear? Oh, wow. So what do you guys think? I want to bring this up from Saturday. What do you think about Copeland and Garrison last week? The fact that Copeland said he just wants his 5 minutes with Garrison, he's going to learn more than like 20 or 30 matches with other people. Oh, yeah, here comes Vance. Oh, that didn't look good. Vance didn't get up all the way on that small and drop. Ugh. No, Edge issued an open challenge, and Griff Garrison came out and challenged him. So they had a 5-minute match. Nana shows up finally. Okay, that's cool. There's the Copeland spear. Yeah, Vance is getting the pin. We all know that. A Brodie Lee lariat that the camera didn't pick up. Damn it, production! Oh, you had the MLW taping Saturday. How was Riddle? like I was saying last week, the commentary last week for MLW, Matt Striker basically tried to cancel himself again. Drive me frickin' up the wall with him. Yeah. Worst part is Striker did have a point, but it was a very wrong point. Riddle is a great wrestler, but you can't ignore some of the crap that he's done. Well, the thing is, Zodiac, and sorry to get everything confused here, it's not going to be a program. You know how Kurt Angle issued his ankle lock challenge way back when? And that's when Cena showed up and all that happened? That's basically what happened here. He wanted to take on somebody in a 5-minute challenge. And Garrison and Maria showed up because, if you didn't know, Griff Garrison is now managed by Maria Kanellis. So, had to remind him a couple times not to cuff the mic when he speaks into it. Maybe I should let him be. I really respect you with the fact that how well you do your production, sir, by the way. I want to say that. I know you get some headaches once in a while, and trust me, I know how to... Doing show production is probably one of the hardest things you can do. I got like $800 worth of gear sitting in my back room right now, ready to come out for any time I need for a show, but... Which I'm probably ending... If I'm going to take a trip to the States, I'm probably going to have to get rid of that stuff, so... Might not be the worst idea either, just, start consolidating and getting to where we're at here. But yeah, like, to get a very good product live is really hard. And yeah, it takes a great team of people right now to have a great setup and everything. I'm very proud of the stuff that we ended up doing for the Clandestine show. The original one, Clandestine 1. That was probably the best live production that I've seen up here in a very long time. Simply with just the 3-camera setup with wires, and ended up trending in Canada, so... Yeah, I gotta plan out these trips. Like, I will say this, and I'm just gonna be straight up and honest with everybody here. Like, with everything that happened to me in 2022 when it came to wrestling and certain promotions picking up and certain dealings that happened with them, my love of wrestling really dipped. It really did. Like, I enjoyed hanging out with you guys at AEW, and I just couldn't get that same buzz back. But over this last 6 months here, like, straight up, I haven't been to an indie show here in town since August. I went to one of the local shows, and Effie was on it. It was the first time Effie was up here, and there were some homophobic slurs going at him, and just made a group of us feel uncomfortable, and the bouncers were right there to deal with it. But they didn't. They just thought it was normal. And it turned me off to the point where I just didn't feel comfortable going to a show, period. But I'm starting to get that buzz back. And I'm hoping that going to this show on 21st is going to change a lot of things too about that. So are we going to get this feud, or are we going to get... bang, bang, scissor gang. That rolls off the tongue rather well. Ha! Billy Gunshot there with the fax machine joke. I love how Excalibur brings up, I still have a fax machine as well. Well, that explains a lot. No, but Vic, don't worry about feeling sorry. I could get into more stories, but I'm not here to spill tea, and I'm pretty much past it now. I just want everybody to be successful. That's the key right now, because that's what gets most wrestlers paid, which gets more wrestlers exposure. And most wrestlers a little bit more expansion here. Now let's see this new title. Nope. Still the old title. So we got Hook. Hook challenging Joe last week. God, do I love the world champion. Joe's always been one of my favorite wrestlers, period. Who the is Hook? I love that meme. You can't boo this guy. Oh, it does have side plates. I love those side plates, though. Have you seen them there? Whoa! Oh, oh, oh. I love it. I absolutely love this. And it fits Joe perfectly. Like this whole promo, this whole theory. He wants everybody just to come out here. He just want beats everybody's ass. Like that's all they want. So you find it ironic that he's wearing basically a Burberry jacket while carrying a black strap? Oh, are we going to get the room for it tonight? You guys just lost. What are you out here for? And of course, you gotta get the hop and the spin. I think Ed's got a clip of that from last week too. So this is the perfect heel clash here. You can't boo either of them. Yeah, like it's one thing I love about. Well, hell, you got Swerve Strickland, who's Swerve made that video about being in this house too, so. Heh. Swerving in your seat too? Hey. As long as you're not driving, that's a good thing, I guess. Don't make this be this early. So who else? Please say we're getting this other one here. Nope. Here comes Hangman. So how the hell are they going to get this one sorted out? Why do I see Magnum TA every time I see Hangman right now? Literally, that's what I see as I see Hangman there. Like, you know, I know he said earlier weird about the mustache, but... All right. We might actually get Hangman a Revolution. I think you might be right. So what is Swerve doing now? Clip the dance. Oh, that's 2 weeks in a row we got the dance clipped. Pretty sure we're going to have to get a piece of this dance put into the new intro that's coming. All right, so we got that cleared up. Is that how we're ending this? Just two guys coming in? Okay. So we just took 10 minutes just to... Okay, now we just got a little bit more interesting here. Someone set out the hooks. That's the hook signal now? Okay. I got a feeling this might be like a February Dynamite. I will say this, Joe will make Hook a star. Wow. All right, so now we're up to 3 challengers. Next week? I don't even know him.
But I'm better than you. And you know it.
Remember the game, Adam. How the hell are you doing here tonight? Joe's going to kill him? Yeah, I still think Joe's going to make him more than kill him. Just turned it on. How's the show been? Show's been great so far. We had a great match to start off with Hangman Page and Claudio Castagnoli. Had the 8-man tag with Preston Vance getting the victory for his team. Everybody looked great. People cheered Jake Roberts when they weren't supposed to. And we had, what was it called again, folks? The Bang Gang Scissor Club is what what we got in that promo. The Bang Bang Scissor Club, that's what it was. Now we had Samoa Joe coming out here to wreck it. She's still on this Wendy Richter thing. Oh, that's awesome. When are you going to learn today? So, I really need to go back and check this movie out, what it's supposed to be all based on. Like, apparently this is supposed to be all based on some sort of 30s movie with Mildred Burke in it, and yeah. I just hope it doesn't. I hope that fans are interested enough that it carries on long enough, right? Guevara in the bright white and green. So Saturday, they're going to be doing a Battle of the Belts on top of it. Are they going to be doing ROH tonight? That's the question I got. She gave her a chocolate. Yeah, like... That's what you give kids when... That's what kids give. You give kids when, you know, they're causing problems back then. Man, this match... I'm just going to call this right now. This match here will be for the AEW World title if both these guys end up staying here for any amount of time. Give them time to build up, but everybody says Starks is WWE bound and Guevara is WWE bound. Well, we'll see what happens, but if both these guys are here as a foundational piece, I really feel that these are the pillars we're going to be talking about here in a few years. Sammy turns heel face more than Big Show used to. Well, here's the thing, Adam, and I do believe I do believe this wholeheartedly. When you become a father, there's no way they could boo you. And the fact that they use it, that's why they had to turn Seth face for a little while. It's because he gave a dad. And they just milked it after that. Every moment with Tony Storm is a moment well spent. Love both these guys, yeah. I've said I want Jericho time off TV just to have room to breathe. I feel now is the right time. No. With all due respect, Zodiac, it's been 2 weeks. Samoa Joe and Hooks, okay. Presented by the Suicide Squad game, which, by the way, we are playing. We'll be getting it day one. I'm one of the few guys that have pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered on PlayStation so I could get the original costumes for the original DC costumes for all 4 characters. That was the pre-order bonus if you got it on PlayStation specifically. And just a reminder for everybody, if you enjoy the gaming as well, tomorrow, as long as the download works properly, we're going to be playing Season 2 of AEW Fight Forever. We'll check out that Beating the Elite mode, and we'll check out Tony Storm. It'll be good for a couple hours. And if not, we'll download the Prince of Persia demo that's coming out tomorrow too, just as a backup safety. So are they doing a street fight on Saturday? Is that what they just said? I actually like that. It looks clumsy, but I really do love that move there. So fun fact, I don't know if I've thrown this out much, and it's one of my smallest claims to fame, and one of the things that really gave me a smirk at this point. Sammy Guevara was actually one of the first subscribers to the Backbreaker YouTube channel, the video channel, way back when I was doing it as the Edmonton Sports Podcast Network in 2015. I didn't know Sammy from the hole in the ground personally, but it was really cool. He sent a message saying, hey, love seeing the action here. Love what Alberta's got. Of course, he's trying to get himself booked, which I don't blame him either, but still pretty cool, yeah. Like, I'd have to see if it's still in the comments. And it was legitimately him because, you know you're not going to have any Stan accounts when you're still on the indies. Well, at least in 2015. Doesn't seem to be a bad kid. A little immature in his youth and would have been his age of the spotlight like that, yeah. Like the Buzz Lightyear. I didn't even make the correlation to that. That actually makes a lot of sense in the fact that he's a new father and whatnot. Jesus! That was nuts. All right. I'm going to take a page out of somebody else's in the chat playbook. You'd be surprised how many movies I haven't watched. Like, if it isn't a sports movie or the Transformers movie 1986, I haven't seen a lot of movies, all right? Maybe a few Marvel in that, but yeah, no, Toy Story I was too old for that at that age, and I think that was actually a pretty dark time in my life personally, where TV wasn't really the thing I was worried about. And also the fact I have the attention, I have the attention of a zealot, a zygote. In the movie Up, where you got that guy guy that yells squirrel, or that dog that yells squirrel, that's me. One thing about doing this and hanging on to gaming and whatnot, one thing it's actually helped me work on my focus. Because when you're at a game, usually with me, the game, I'll get up and get away from it after about 20 minutes and just walk around. Now it's like when I'm dialed in, I'm dialed in. And it's actually a lot of fun. Like, I will say this, you guys hanging out with me and you guys enjoying the night with me here actually is, it does help me every week. It's just a highlight of my week, just the times that I get to hang out with you guys. It sucks that we hear that, you know, over 500 people have lost their jobs today on Twitch. And I hope that, I hope most of them can land back on their feet. This is that time of year where they have to start presenting business statements. So I do expect quite a few layoffs. It's a period basically where they do a bunch of layoffs and then a bunch of rehires again. Whether they're actually going to do all... They never rehire the same amount that they lay off, but at the same time. But for every minus, there is a plus. And like I said earlier, the plus is going to be that we're going to have... best way to explain is we're going to have a lot of with the new beta that they're coming out with for OBS. It's going to be a lot easier for you guys to chat along with me during a game or during a stream like this coming up if it actually works. Sammy stepped out of it. Atta boy. Basically, long story short, when it comes to this new thing with Twitch, it's allowing me to do all the work in terms of rendering all the videos. So the less I have to make Twitch do, the less the delay is going to be in terms of when the stream goes up versus when you guys see it. Like right now, there's about a 10-second delay roughly. I can see it because I got my stream preview down here while my regular camera's right here. One day I'll show you guys this stuff. I love how Guevara is sticking to the ground a little bit more here now. I guess a concussion could create some stuff like that. And as I say that, he's headed to the top rope to do a moonsault and gets kicked right in the face. Jesus! Nice! You think MVP really KO'd Jericho? Wouldn't surprise me. With a 10-second delay, I'm still 30 seconds ahead. Yeah, like... That basically comes down to... I think it's actually almost regulation standards, because on TSN, I think we only have to do a 3-second delay. While in the States, it has to be a 10-second delay. GTH blocked. Everything's blocked. Why didn't you... Wait, MVP did that? What? I never heard that story. That was a little bit out of nowhere, but I'll take it. Oh, Body Slam reported a few minutes ago. Oh. Oh, Cass. That wouldn't surprise me. Because Cass don't pull punches. Cass don't pull punches whatsoever. Oh, God. Report that came out in 2020. So unless MVP goes... Oh, okay. Sorry. everybody's throwing everything out in terms of and here comes Bill for the attack. Guaranteed. There it is. Oh, Cassidy Haynes you're talking about. Okay. That makes sense. And yeah, I don't care about these old stories. I'll be honest with you. Oh, and there's Jericho. Well, he's not getting booed out of the place, so I'll give him that. And these fans don't care about what's going on in the ring. They're just too busy singing. Yeah, so they're just trying to preview their match going on Saturday. That makes sense. Try to get more bell ringing and whatnot. But yeah, let me just throw it straight out for you guys. When it comes to all these rumors, innuendo of what happened in the past, if it's nothing illegal, I don't care. I really don't. Somebody fought somebody in the back 5 years ago that caused an issue. Punk sort of desensitize you from that stuff. Because every week for the better part of a year, we had to hear something about backstage. And to me, it just doesn't mean crap anymore. Like you get so desensitized that you just want to stick with the ring stuff. Just trying to look for some positivity in wrestling, and I think that's what we all look for. If you're looking for all the negativity in wrestling these days, to me it really shows a lot about your personality if you have to focus on having to see negativity in wrestling. Just throwing it out there. Haven't missed anything from the Young Bucks tonight, right? No, you haven't yet. And here's where I'm going to throw out here, Astrid, and I'll take a softball approach to this right now. Main event, Sting and Darby versus Team Callis. Takeshita and Hobbs. They've been really putting over the fact that Sting has not lost since his return. We close the night out with the Bucks challenging Sting and Darby for Revolution, and that'll be their final match. And they'll say, well, this is the way we're going to finish things. If you're going to be the final, if you're going to try to go with a perfect record out of here, we're going to be the ones to make sure that you don't get that. Promos like that. Something to that effect. Now, since we haven't seen them, and I don't think we're going to have another match involving the guys except for the main event, let me just quickly look at our scorecard here for tonight. Yeah, all we got is the main event and the women's 8-man tag. Take my pennies. All your coins. It'll be a good match. The only other thing that's come up, and maybe it's because of what the tapings are tonight, and maybe they're going to mix things up. If you guys haven't heard, I actually, the only news source that I subscribe to is Fightful. For all the work that they do, I make sure I subscribe to them on Patreon. And there was a report that while not necessarily medically cleared at this point, since Jacksonville is the hometown of AEW, Pac has been seen backstage tonight. So they can't say whether Pac is officially back or allowed to be back because some of the medical standards have been raised now with all the injuries that have come up, especially with what happened with Kenny Omega over the last few weeks when he had that diverticulitis while trying to cut a promo in the ring, which we all basically crapped on the whole thing because, well, frankly, it was a horrible promo. We didn't know why, we just knew it was. But I do hope the fact that we get a lot of time for this match here tonight, because it is, what, quarter after 9 Eastern? Yeah, it was terrible to watch. We didn't know why, but it was terrible to watch. This crowd is all over Statlander tonight. I love it. So what do you think about Queen Amanita making her Stokely, Jesus. Stokely wants to be a manager even though he's Willow heel turn. Yeah, hey, you know what? It'd be interesting to see. I don't know if she can be a heel. The Brodie Lee gear. I love it. I wouldn't mind seeing Willow do a heel turn. I wouldn't even hate the fact if Statlander did it. And this is going to be Thunder Rosa's first match on Dynamite since injuring herself. Now we just need Britt Baker out here to beat her up. Start that feud up again. I'd be all over that like white on rice kind of thing. But yeah, unfortunately, as much as she's been posting about not being on TV at all, Baker's hurt right now, so is Hayter. Tony Khan's admitted it. He's talked about the biggest injuries in AEW right now. And right now it is Cole, Omega, Baker, and Hayter. So this is what Harley Cameron gets to do now that QT Marshall has left the company. So what do you guys think of Sky Blue's new entrance theme? The remix from the original one. I will say though, her involvement in the women's TikTok for AEW last week was just epic. I think she had the funniest comment of all. What was the exact quote? I'm a women's wrestler. You don't recognize me if I'm wearing pants. Sky Blue does nothing wrong ever. Hey, you want to talk about somebody not doing anything wrong ever? This new Julia Hart. Like, has Julia hit a misstep since she's changed into the House of Black? Like, seriously, has she had a misstep? I'm a wrestling fan. Of course I feel Willow's turning because Stokely keeps sweating Statlander. It's just a natural storyline. See, Vic, that's another thing that I really appreciate, and the fact that I I'd like to have something like this changed. For 30 years, we only had one company to show us exactly how booking should be done and all this. Now that we have a different company here, I want to see different stuff happen. Like, for example, with AEW. All right. I'll get back to that in a second here. But I'll get back to... I want to get back to Vic's comment so you can hear it here. Thought Blue's comment was great. She also does lean to the attention her rear end gets, to be fair. Well, I completely agree. And you got to take the attention wherever it comes. And I honestly feel it's a bit of an advantage, the fact that, you know, if nobody recognizes you with pants on, it might actually be a bonus. Anna gets one move, gets out of the ring. Oh, everybody's going to get one move and out of the ring. Oh, God. It's like Kane not to be recognized without his mask. Well, up until 2002, that's pretty much the case, right? Unfortunately, Triple H decided it would be better for him not to have the mask on, and then that mystique went, and basically the career never peaked the way that it did after that point, to be honest. Got some huge runs, but never really peaked at where it needed to be, so. But no, Vic, going back to your point here, for 30 years, we got programmed basically on how wrestling should be booked, how it should be predictable, and there's the certain ways that things should be working. And now with AEW around, they are changing a few of those things. Like here's the easiest one. You never see the hometown talent win at home against in WWE. Like it just doesn't happen. In AEW, it happens a little bit more often. I know with MJF it didn't, but there's pertinent circumstances behind it in terms of injury and whatnot. And I feel that in many ways, Tony Khan is trying to relive some of the classic storylines that have been made, but it's also working on progressing and changing some of the what ifs in there. Sort of like that booking challenge that I got brought up. It's sort of changing the standard of what you expect to bring up a different idea of what would come up with something else. And that's why I love AEW, because it's not exactly as you expect. Quite often it is. Some of the best promotions, 97% of your booking is predictable. It's when you throw that odd 3% that just twitches it and moves it over into something else. That whole Kane Triple H feud was ruined Triple H for you for a long time. That's coming from a guy who loves heels and adore Triple H for you. Yeah, like there's a few things you can get into that, you know, just don't work when it comes to wrestling. And I think one of the most pronounced things for that is the including a necrophilia. That poor cameraman. Yeah, I know. I will have to say this. As much as we joke about the cameraman right now and the views that he's getting, it's one of the hardest things for me to do as an editor for women's wrestling. I'm trying to get the proper shot, but I'm trying not to show certain parts as they're doing it. Same thing with the men. You don't want to see certain angles of certain things, but you just can't help it sometimes, and it just switching it live is hard AF, absolutely. Like, shout out to everybody who tries to do it live. Like, I know I crap on these guys here at AEW because they're just basically should be at a higher standard than everybody else. But there's such good quality out on the indies too for some of the switching stuff that they do. And essentially you just have to guess what's going on. And that's the biggest part about it. To your point of AEW's unpredictability, that's my favorite thing about their shows. It just isn't the tried and true WWE formula we know so well. That's exactly it. I love the fact that AEW, like, yes, you're going to get a lot of standard stuff that goes through. But then you're going to get this odd thing that shows up and it's just like, where the hell did that come from? And some of it's going to burn, some of it's going to crash, but some of it's going to be absolute gold. And some of it, Tony contests take a little bit of time to percolate and get through. Switcher was struggling a bit last Saturday. Yeah, I could just imagine. Not everybody has a perfect time. WWE production values are through the roof, though. I think they trade some in-ring freedom to have a better produced show. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, both shows are absolutely great right now. But I will say this. I don't... like, a lot of people have been asking me to be a part of Royal Rumble shows. Like, I know you had a draft, Adam, and sorry I didn't get back to you. I just wasn't getting into it at all. So sorry I didn't get back to you to respond. Glad that it filled up as quickly as it did. But I've also been asked to host some nights at bars for the Rumble and that. Like to sponsor them, like we currently do. Words are hard today. The way we currently do with the AEW shows, and I just said no because I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel some of these shows are going to be worth having. I do get a laugh on that spot. And great spot by the ladies there, lining up and doing that. I do get a bit of a laugh that Julia Hart went the wrong way. Julia Hart went on the face side instead of the heel side before Willow got into it. And Willow just, nope, we're pushing you over there. Nice try. Oh! Ooh, that's a nice counter of a counter of a counter. Anna with a flatliner. Ruby Soho with an STO. Saraya getting the kicks in. Chaos Theory suplex. I love it. Ah. I seriously look at these two right now. Anna Jay, I'll get to your comment here in a sec here. Adam, I do really want to talk about the Judgment Day there too, but it is pretty awesome to see Anna Jay and Julia Hart. They're both AEW originals, like literally trained out of here. And, well, same thing with Sky Blue. Like the last three in this matchup here are all a part of the original AEW training series out of the Nightmare Factory and everything. Like, and there's Anna Jay getting the win. Which we knew was going to happen because of the Brodie Lee tribute match. It was just going to be fun if she could have tapped out Julia there. Yeah, so a lot of people were asking if Mercedes Moné was going to be here tonight. There was no... You're not going to interrupt a Brodie Lee tribute match to have Moné come out. But I'd really like to see Anna Jay just get a program to run with a little bit more. She can get fit into this lineup here rather well. Great to see Saraya taking more spots. Yeah, like, I'd love to see her push it a little bit more here, but... speaking of wrestlers going the wrong way, can we all praise R-Truth at the Judgment Day? Yeah, like, some of the stuff that R-Truth's doing right now is just unbelievable. Like, this man does not get stale whatsoever in anything he does. And you hope the Awesome Truth win the tag titles. I love it. I would love to see them break the... I do have a strong feeling that they are going to break the belts. So they're doing Yuta and Kingston on Friday? Okay. Brian Keith in the ring. Let's go. Let's call that a win. And Strong's going to take Keith in about 3 minutes here, unfortunately, but... Unless Pac comes out. I didn't expect this match, so maybe. But, Bounty Hunter! Man, it was fun watching him work here in Edmonton, the one show that he was here for Top Talent. If I was Keith, I'd just do a boom to the back of the head of Cole right now. Like, trying to do a full promo while... This crowd's loving Keith. I love how Wardlow's trying to stand in the middle of all this. But yeah, if Awesome Truth could get those tag titles, I honestly want to see those tag titles split. So what do you guys think? Here's the other shoe to drop here, and I honestly feel while it might be a great deal for WWE money wise, I think it would be the ultimate talking point for Tony Khan going forward. What if Raw got moved to Amazon Prime? Because that's the story that's been coming out recently, that Amazon is the leader right now in getting the rights for Monday Night Raw. And there's going to be a lot of bonuses with that. Like, they're going to have a lot of the products that WWE has in the on the Amazon shop, so you can get it for free shipping and all that. Well, what do you guys think of... to me, it's just the fact that Tony Khan can say, I still made it on TV. But if they end up getting put on Amazon Prime, I would say that you're probably going to see those tag titles split. Because I don't see people signing up for a streaming service on top of USA. as much. Like hell, we got Amazon Prime here in Canada. It's not going to matter to us in Canada either way because we got we got the Sportsnet deal right now. So until that expires, we're not going to have a big deal here. For those in America wondering what I'm talking about, essentially AEW is on TSN right now, which is our ESPN equivalent up here in Canada, while WWE is on Sportsnet, which is basically our Fox Sports equivalent here in Canada. So, and I'm basically say that based on the syndicated shows that come up here in Canada during the day. The majority of the ones on Sportsnet are from FSN, and the ones on TSN are typically from ESPN. So, but I would love to see those tag titles split. Get rid of the penny titles, so they look less like a cartoon toy. You fixed up pretty much all the other titles. Let's finish the tag titles off and make them look complete. So, God, drop the penny title. Well, they're actually nickel titles instead of penny. I have to correct myself. Got to remember they are silver, right? Man, it's fun watching two guys that know how to work. The pennies were a throwback now. Yeah, like back when they were one title, right? Like, I wouldn't mind a different colored strap for each one, but at the same time, they got to make a better decal on them. And I think MJF proved that you can have a different colored belt, like an odd colored belt, and still make it look great. Like the Burberry title, you know, as much as you want to joke about the coloring of it, it didn't look bad at all. My God, Keith, let's go. How are you winning as much as you are? That black and bronze never grew on you? Yeah, well. All right. Give me the 90 straps again. Hey, you know what? I would not be against that. Even the early 2000s with the World Tag and the SmackDown Tag. Daniel Bryan's environmentally friendly belt for the win. Love that title. Yeah, like there's an example right there. Like that title there, that is a different design that works very well. It was hemp. Oh, Cole's facing a different way this time. It's so funny to watch Chugs go from one character to another. Like he is such a jerk here, and then tomorrow he'll be playing Tears of the Kingdom. And just groove into the music. I despise his natural faceness on Twitch. He's so damn nice. Yeah, like he's the ultimate good guy. You want to talk about respect? Wardlow, where's your damn shirt? Hope they don't rush MJF back when that music hits the arena explode. I'll get into that booking here in just a sec. Wardlow still got that look on his face of that. Nope. I don't mind this. In terms of MJF coming back, I could see it, whether it be at Double or Nothing or whether it be at like Fight for the Fallen or somewhere in June, July. Because I think you're going to get that Cole MJF rematch back at Wembley. I think that's going to be on the undercard. And it's going to be so personal there. Oh, here's Deanna. Boom! A little delay. Oh, she's going on Collision. Is that your stir? Okay. That made no sense. Well, it made some sense. You know, virtuosos don't need to deal with that. Oh, I know what she's doing. Duh. She's going to rip her arm off so she can't stir anything anymore. Genius. Anyway, love to see an angle where a bunch of random baby faces that are feuding with these guys unite to take them on, led by Cole and MJF, Civil War style. Eventually leads to the MJF Cole match. Well, here's the thing. They are sort of doing that already. I think it's going to be coming soon. I believe we called it this earlier tonight as the Bang Bang Scissor Club. I know you want more random than that, but I think that's as random as we're going to get here. Is the collection of the Bullet Club and the Acclaimed. I think that's going to be the first set of feuds going on for a while here. I love the fact that the Bullet Club won't even address that. Oh, that was a promo earlier. That was after the first match. So yeah, you would have missed it. It was just a couple minutes before you came on tonight. They had a backstage promo where the Bullet Club was out talking about how they're going to take care of those idiots from the Undisputed Kingdom, and then the Acclaim show up and call them suggest that they want to become the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. And basically, what did Jay White say? Oh, just wait by your phone, we'll give you an answer. Or in Billy Gunn's case, wait by your fax. You still have one, right? And then just cut the black on that. But yeah, it looks like that's probably where we're going to get that faction feud coming forward here. I almost feel what Undisputed Era should do to make it smart. You have Bang Bang and Scissor Gang go at it, and the winner of that can take on the Undisputed Era in a trios. To me, that would make the most sense as we're going along here. But yeah, in terms of MJF, I wholly expect that we're gonna get Cole and MJF at Wembley too. If we don't get it at Wembley, we'll get it at Chicago a week later. Because that's the one week where they need to overload in the terms of the number of feuds that they have available. Oh, Jim Ross is here for a Sting match. Go figure. I'd like to see something like MJF Cole, Cassidy Strong, Wardlow Joe, Turn One Face, and the acclaimed Bullet Club. Yeah, that would actually make sense. Just the 5 of the most over faces pulling together. You know what? That would be a great idea. But I think we're going to have to get... Oh, God. What? I just have to throw this out here. I will say this about Flair, and I'll get back to the main event booking here coming up here, but the fact that Flair isn't out here for every single match that Sting's involved or every single segment, I don't mind it. And let's face it, AEW is not paying the salary of Ric Flair to be here. Ric Flair's energy drink is, or the guys who created it. You notice that all of Sting's matches, for the most part, have been no disqualification, street fights, artistic matches. You were there for that last fake match. I'm sorry. I will say this. I watched that card live. Oh, the first one with Shawn. Okay, never mind. Thought there was a time I'd say this, but I had enough of Flair and Sting. It is a wind down. It is fitting for Sting to get out when he is. Flair needs to learn to get out when he can. Yeah, the Flair HBK match was a fitting end. It should have been the end. But Flair is one of those guys that's just addicted to the business. And he always will be. Like, he will be involved in wrestling until he dies. I don't care how many times people try and cancel him. He's always finding a way to get back into things. That and his alimony, yeah. Like, well, he's got money to pay. But yeah, this is yeah, see, they're going right outside right off the bat here, so this makes the most sense when you're dealing with these guys. All right, we're heading into the ad break. Sorry, folks. These ones I can't control, and I wish I could control these ones. The stream, the gaming ones, I say, you know, buy a subscription if you want to watch the whole thing. But yeah, I'll get back to Vic's point after the that Darby match was fire, yeah. Like, seriously, all these... Everything they're doing with Sting right now is just... It's cool, but... Yeah, like you said, it almost feels like they're trying to milk it a little bit longer just so they can fit the TV time schedule right where it needs to be. Well, let's throw him into a garbage can. Why not? JR saying that JR saying that they're having a that Hobbs has got the highest ceiling. I'd almost have to say Takeshita does. Just for that match, like we said last week, his match with Darby, just like Vic was mentioning, the Takeshita Darby Allin match from last week was absolutely fire. If you haven't got a chance to see it, go back and see it. Find it somewhere. That's the only other thing I wish that AEW would fix up. Get your damn streaming in order. Like, I have all their pay-per-views stored up on the Fight app, which is great, but... Oh, God. That Chaos Theory suplex is terrible. Pretty damn awesome here, and we're back from the break, so rooting for Hulu or Max since I already got those. Yeah, like if it ends up being Max, it'll end up being on Crave here in Canada, which hell, I'll spend $10 a month for all the stuff that it has on there. But whatever streaming service it gets on, I'll probably subscribe to that. They've been trying to get me to work on getting on the TNA subscription now it's moved. I'm thinking about doing that as well now that they're including their pay-per-views as part of the package now for TNA Plus. I believe if you get the second package, not the first package. So I'll have to see what the price difference is, all that. I just can't wait for that library. Yeah, like it's such a super library, and you can pick up the DVDs and all that as well now from Shop AEW. I'm almost tempted to pick those up merely for the fact that they're going to be collectibles when they finally get rid of all that. I still have my DVD player here. Hell, I still have my VHS player here from way back when, just in case I want to watch any of my VHS tapes. I still have the WrestleMania 1 through 15 DVD set, or that 1 through 21 DVD set, and oh yeah, I had to take all those VHSs down, so I got a whole box of VHS wrestling that I still have. Most of it's the Attitude Era pay-per-views and whatnot. Got a couple ECW ones. One of my favorite ECW shows, remember I paid Impact Plus and would still miss pay-per-views? It was dumb, yeah. I kept my Impact Plus subscription just because I wanted to support Impact. Didn't use it a whole lot. So I figured when I change over, I would just get rid of it, right? But now that it's changed over to Impact Plus and whatnot, I'm probably gonna subscribe to that tier just to, support. I got to change a few of my subscriptions around and whatnot. I've been a little bit loose with my money when it comes to these subscription services and that, so I think I'll have to go and take a look at that and try and straighten things out. There we go. My God. Suplex into power slam. Feel you had to make a spreadsheet yourself? Yeah, like... Well, no, the one... Wow! Oh, I can't wait for you guys to see that. I can't wait for you guys to see that. I think we found a new Olympic event. That's where we need Keith Lee back here for this. Sting taking bumps. Look at him fly. Oh, no. Why? Seriously, why? All right, you got to pop for nothing here. Oh, that'll work. Flair got his one spot. Get the hell out of the ring. Jesus, Darby. Like, honestly, can we get a Darby throwing contest? Like, I would love to see Hobbs, Keith Lee, Claudio, Brian Cage. Yeah, those frequent flyer miles. Oh, I love it when they have the Foley's ear. Yeah, well, he didn't get caught in the ropes there, right? So he was okay. Queen Aminata, who just got signed to AEW. They just announced that earlier today. I don't think she's got the graphic yet, but apparently she's gotten a deal with AEW. Nobody officially knows whether it's an actual contract or a tiered deal. And I'm sorry, I forgot. I gotta get that in there. Darby with another coffin drop. And just think, Darby's going to climb Mount Everest here in a couple months. Like right after, I think it's right after that final match with Sting. Yeah, I wish him all the luck to do it, but... Jesus! They missed the one table. Oh, my. Damn it, Darby. Didn't JBL almost die doing it? Well, we all hoped. Well, no, I never want to say that, but... No, yeah, he was having some hard times with that. Yeah, that was an interesting finish. It almost feels as if they were supposed to keep going, but Sting knocked himself out there. He did. Between the knee and the between Hobbs's knee and missing that second table, they put the tables too close to the wall, so when he dropped, the second table wasn't there to help. And Flair's just hanging around the outside. Stay out there. Don't get in here. All right, Sting's cleaned the cobwebs. He's back up. But you can tell this is like pretty much over for Sting, right? Like, we're just wrapping things up and... So you're not going to have Darby yell at the LA crowd or the Jacksonville crowd like he did the LA crowd? Flair, put your damn jacket on. You're getting cold outside. Yeah, this is where the Bucks come out. There we go. Called it. He's 64, actually, Zodiac. Just looked it up real quick. He'll be 2 weeks shy of his 65th birthday. What outfits are these guys wearing? Seriously. And they're walking in unison. You know what? This is actually a pretty cool way to finish off your career if you're going to do it. He doesn't want to wrestle in a singles. He wants to wrestle in a tag. Super kick party! Yeah, those stashes are, yeah. There's something. At least they're giving you definitely a reason to check out Collision too, right? Look like he just drank some chocolate milk. So are they actually going to... So they're not even going to talk about it. Okay. Oh, so Julia Hart's going to get Anna Jay on Saturday. That works. And then next week, Papa Taz gets to watch his son go for the world title. Well, that's one way to spoil a party, literally. What is Resberg doing? Like, he's probably told to raise the hands, but when you got the Bucks music going on while you're trying to celebrate, you're trying to close out a show celebrating, just let them run it out. Sometimes you just got to let things breathe to finish off. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they actually get the Bucks versus Sting and Darby as the final match. Watch Darby go out injured and it's got to be Sting and Flair.
No, please, no.
That would be the ugliest thing that we could actually imagine. I don't even want to wish that on my worst enemy, to have to watch that. The only thing that would save that is to see Flair turn on Sting like he did every other time that he faced him. But yeah, overall tonight, Dynamite, really good show, really different. Like, let's face it, these last few shows here, while you could say they didn't have the star power that they did before with like the Danielsons, the Moxleys, and the Omegas, and all the over-the-top guys, you're getting some really solid work from a lot of people that didn't get a chance to watch, right? It's nice to enjoy Dynamite, not have to worry about going live right after. Yeah, like, I find it in all these review shows, I have total respect for them because they instantly have to change gears from fan to reporter if they really enjoy the product. like with Astra and Ned doing the Impact reviews, and then these other pay-per-view reviews during the shows immediately after, just focusing right in on trying to review a show. I'm too busy trying to be a fan, and that's why I love doing these watch-alongs with you guys. These sidecasts are always a ton of fun, and we always get into some interesting topics. I know we've been, for time to time, we get into a bit of a lull every once in a while, but sometimes we get some real doozy nights. And then there's Astrid taking clips of me just swinging my chair around. So these nights are always so much fun. And I don't know, I'm going to have to consider whether I want to do one on Saturday for TNA. I'm thinking that might be what we do on Saturday, because